a few things that I've been working on lately. Laser's still in holding. We don't know we don't know where it stands right now as far as they have not paid me out anything, and it's not supposed to pay me out until after the coin release. It does allow me to buy into the coin right now, but there's no telling where it stands. So I'm still just staying positive about it, seeing where it goes. Um, People could say they've run away with my money, and I don't know. It's all it's a 50-50 thing here right now. So there's no guarantee that which direction it is. So um, yeah, it's an upset for me because I deposited a decent amount into it, and it would pay me out huge right now if I'm getting it back, but um, we'll see. So outside of that, right now I'm working on other things, and kind of seeing where that goes. I do not know. Um, in about 7 days, we'll probably really know the truth behind it. I have noticed I have put in tickets to see if I have gotten any response, and I haven't got anything back. So technically, the site's pretty inactive. So, I'm already looking at it on the side that it's very likely that I won't see it again. But you kind of put money in there knowing that's the case. Where I'm frustrated is I wish I started a couple weeks earlier, because if I was in it a couple weeks earlier and I didn't know about it then, I would have been able to get out no problem. So I did pull out $30 out of it, and so there is a lot of people that have made money out of it. But at the same time, that in the time period that people are making their money in it, um, towards that time period, the price of Bitcoin was going up and surging anyways. So if you just left your money in Bitcoin, you wouldn't have made as much, but you also wouldn't have had the likelihood of losing anything. So one thing that I've been working on is, as far as this is really small, but it is something, and it is actually pretty significant considering, because when you can take CoinPot and you can do a couple things in here. You can convert Bitcoin Core to any of these other currencies there. So I could take my Bitcoin Cash and deposit into Dogecoin, Litecoin, Dash, or Bitcoin Cash, and it will instantly convert it over. And I can instantly pull it out too. So I'm very impressed with CoinPot and what it is. This is a great platform so far. And it does something amazing for completely free. You convert for completely free. You do send for a fee, but it's not that expensive. I couldn't even tell you what the fee is. Can't remember. It might be like 0.001 of a Bitcoin to do a transfer. So right now there's not much in here because I just pulled a lot of it out. And what I've been doing is I've been converting it into Litecoin and sending it over to my Hexabot. So what I wanted to show you right here, all these that are showing CoinPot conversion, or see here, here it is, mining. All these mining things are money earned through mining, and these ones right here are pretty low. But I left this on today while I was at work just to see where it was at, and you can see all the hash mining. So you're getting, point, you're getting small amounts. But you look at it later and you're like, oh, well, you made a few thousand terahash. It's something. So for those people that don't have money to put in, I'm, yeah, I'm only making like 0.18 in Bitcoin. I'm making 0.18 in Bitcoin Cash, which that's just from mining right now. And then you go over here, I'm making 7.89 Dogecoin. that's in one day. Um, Litecoin, I'm making right there 0.0025, so it's something. And when you can convert it all into one thing, they actually have something that like, hey, it actually works. It's frustrating when sites create this stuff. I'm like, oh, I have to work at this for a month before I can even pull it out. I pull out on a daily basis. So, and how I use these is I will then open up. I have all my um, faucets in here, and I can basically go over here. So right now I have 3,000 Litecoin, which they call it Litoshis. See, claim now, and I will just show you how this works. Because I have shown one video of this kind of, um, and oh, see, it still works. So sometimes you can miss one and it's fine. So it will reset over and it will keep going. So I have basically claimed amount for the day, I think, is this. Um, Daily loyalty bonus, so it's 4% of that. So every day you're on this, you get a bigger bonus of this. So in a month, if this allows me to get to like 100% bonus or even 10% bonus, I don't know what the max is. This bonus increases by 1% per day, up to a maximum of 100%. That's where you're going to make your money. Stick with this and it will actually pay out something. So, 32 Litoshis, you can't technically mine this stuff this quick, really. Not with out using not with not with cloud mining. If you're using well, you know, graphics card hashing, GP hashing, um, GPU hashing, then yes, typically you're not going to get it off the processor. So, oh yeah. So, um, you can go through all these and hit them up and pull them through. So I have a couple Bitcoin ones, a Dogecoin. I like the Moon platform. The Moon platform works well. So you have Litecoin Dash, Dogecoin. I need to see if they have Bitcoin Cash. I don't know if they do. And then you have these two up here. And then there's a couple other ones where you can. This is one where you every hour, I think. It'd be nice if this one was quicker, because this one would actually be a fun one if it wasn't you had to wait an hour. So I only got 21 Bitcoin out of that. And then you can do like this high and low game with that, so you can bet it. So I can bet it times 2. What do I have right now? I have 21. So you can bet high. Okay, I won. So now I'm at 23. I again low, no, high. And I think what you're trying to do is get 888. So, and you don't have good odds with this. This is just so what I end up typically doing with this. Let me see if I can. Damn it, it's killing me because I'm betting on this side, going back to knows how to play you. You almost have to do this without thinking about it. Yeah, stupid. I was doing good at this yesterday. Okay, so I only have 7 left, but if I take this, I can buy lottery tickets with it. So we're going to do 7 lottery tickets. And I have basically 105 tickets now. And I don't know how to read this win chance. Make that look like it's a high chance of winning, but it's not. Oh, that's it. It's not even not even 0.1% of a chance. It's 0.0001% of a chance. So it's like next to nothing. And you look at some people on here and you're like, how did you get 1.45 Bitcoin worth? Oh no, that's what they won. How did you get 1,953 user tickets? So I only have 105. Somehow, people are just like living on here playing this every second or something, hoping that they're going to win. But I don't know. I don't play luck games much because it's a waste of my time. But this is one of those things like, if I'm doing nothing, why not click on the button? So, anyways, let's get to that's CoinPot. So also on CoinPot, you can click on one of these. I have it on Bitcoin Cash right now because I haven't had anything. So this has been sitting on here for maybe like 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes, and I got 178 Bitcoin Cash hash. Um, so you could hit this mine Bitcoin Cash button, and it'll pop up this, and you can just hit start mining. But I'm going to turn this off because it's going to slow it down while I'm doing this video and I don't want it to mess up. You just leave it running. So it does its job. It works. It does what it says it's going to do, and that's all I can, I can't complain about that. At the same time, if I want to convert Bitcoin Cash over to Bitcoin Core, I can just hit convert Bitcoin Core. Maximum amount. This code. To roll over number. Right. And then you go to Bitcoin Core. It is going to be higher now. So we have 1,983. And I can do the same thing with Litecoin. I'll kick it over. So, whoops. Make this video too long, but figured I'd show how this works. For those of you that are just looking to screw off and make some coin from nothing, this is the best platform I've seen to make some change. If you know of something better, please let me know because I'd be happy to look at it. Um, this site works really clean for it not to be known very well. You can see right here. So CoinPot, this is the amount that it's created. So clearly, with all of these other things, with the work that they require, can you make more money potentially if you are, what do we call it? Um, Using faucets where you just click, agree, and it pays you out. Can you make more if you're doing all of these at once? I think so. Um, but the reality is you want this to work for you while you're not on it. So I will set the mining on, and that's what it made me. So it made me a lot more the coin pot of mining, because that's the only thing the coin pot will do for you. It will, this is what has been earned. Transactions by source. The transactions key of CoinPot are all the mining that I got in here. So everything else is Moondash, Litecoin, so um, Bitcoin, and it is at the value of, if you have a um, 500 terahash of Moon, or sorry, 500 terahash of Bitcoin and 500 terahash of Litecoin, obviously the Bitcoin's going to be a lot higher of a value. So it keeps them all even to the value, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see a graph that really does that for you. You really start learning how it works for you and what's a waste of your time and what isn't. Like I could say, I started just recently doing Noondash, but Noondash doesn't actually dish out that much. So, but you could also say, or sorry, Moondash. we're just gonna call it the dash faucet. The dash faucet by Moon doesn't dish out that much, but Moon can be worth potentially a little bit more too. So they can kind of outweigh each other a little bit. But obviously, Bitcoin has the best faucet, I would say. Litecoin second to that. Um, and you look at transactions by coin, I've transacted a lot more Litecoin than I have Bitcoin. So Litecoin I have transferred over to Hexabot. Look at the wallet here. You're going to see an amount for Litecoin right here. This small amount. This small amount is not worth much. What is this? It's like, it was literally like 30 or 40 cents. So I did a lot of work for 30 or 40 cents. And most of that was by the faucets. So personally, for me, the faucets are a waste of time. I will do them when I'm absolutely bored and doing nothing, and I haven't done them. But they are worth it just doing it once or twice a day. Reason why is because that 100%, the 100% thing that you accrue per day, or the percentage point per day thing, that accruance helps a lot on the long term, because in a month from now I could actually be making, 30 cents could turn into just leaving it on the hash power thing, and then hitting that once a day could turn into what took me all day of fauceting can be 1 second of fauceting, um, if that makes sense. So all I wanted to do is times the amount that I'm actually hashing, or hashing fauceting. Um, so that's what's in there. Since my last video that I made, this is what they give you. This is your welcome bonus when you join Hexabot. I highly recommend Hexabot and Trade Group. I'm going to talk about Trade Group, sorry, not Trade Group, Chain Group in a minute. Um, I have deposited in this much Bitcoin, and I've deposited in these two transactions of Litecoin. This was, maybe that is the transaction. Um, so this has actually gone up quite a bit. When I deposited in both of those amounts before, um, Bitcoin was at pretty much the price that it's at. And so it hasn't fluctuated much based on the price of Bitcoin going up. However, that does affect it. What's cool about this that you have to understand that's so great is the problem with laser or any of the other ones that you invest in is if you invest into it like I did when it's $5,000 and your money's sitting in there and you're like, yeah, it's accruing 20% interest. Yes, you could potentially make more on it based on a lot of risk. However, I would rather not take that much risk and know that when I invest my Bitcoin into something, that my Bitcoin is staying the same. And even when the price goes up on it, I'm still building interest on that price. And that's how this works. So it's really smart if you look at this. This goes up by the minute or down by the minute based on the price of Bitcoin. However, my um, my swing voting or my swing trading goes up and down a little bit. However, it stays roughly the same. So this could fluctuate and go all the way up to like 3%. It can go up to 4 or 5%. You remember? It can go up to 4 or 5%. But it typically sticks in an average around 23%, I think here. Um, and I could be wrong about that, but this is roughly where it sits. And what's great about that is no matter what, it's this percentage point is based off of this number, not what I deposited in on. So as Bitcoin goes up, I'm not losing anything. Where let's say if I go into laser and I go in at $5,000 and it shoots up to $10,000, well, I would have made if I had a whole Bitcoin, I would have made $5,000 profit. If I put into laser at $5,000 a full Bitcoin and I pulled out at $10,000, or it's at 10,000. You are you are buying into it on the dollar amount then have accrued at that point. So I could potentially be buying back into a market, Bitcoin, where Bitcoin's already gone higher to where I'm buying less Bitcoin going out. I went in with more Bitcoin than I did going out. I could have had 1.0 Bitcoin in going in and coming out with 0.95 Bitcoin, something. So I don't want to run on. You can just, some of you already could be, I get the point, I get the point. But I want to make sure that you kind of understand that. So this amount right here, this $15.68, is what has gone into here and not been reinvested. So it popped in here, and I wish I did a video on this today, but I was at work and I wanted it to be working for me. So sorry, my greed gets in the way in the base that I'm not gonna have money sitting in here just to make a video later. Now when I have more followers and stuff, I will start gearing my videos to being a lot more instructive. But at the moment, I'm just trying to build followers. So, right here I had $15.68. The exact same amount was right here. This was the withdrawal amount based on my bot settings. So I am a swing trading category on that platform. And I have this set to 75. Now this has moved a little bit. I did this at 100 for a few hours one night and switched it back to 75. And within that hour, every minute is accounted for what category it's set in. And that's what's awesome. This, if you set it to 75 and you move it to 100, it's going to pay you for the time it was set on 75. It's going to pay you for the time that was set on 100. It's not going to reset it, and that's why it allows you to fluctuate. I could literally move this a percentage point right now, and it will save it at that, work on it at that. So, could literally just move this right now, and as soon as I drop it, it will save it. But I want to keep it at 75. I don't want to screw up. I don't want to screw it up, or I just want to stay consistent. So I don't want to jack with it. So that $15 amount is based on more. So they keep it on 50% at all. I think I did even have it on 50% for a short bit. So we're going to say it was set primarily on 75%. So this is that 25% over the 75% back into here. So that's what that button does. It is the reinvestment button. It's the compounding button. Compounding is the process when the value of deposit increases because of the earnings. And this chart still confuses me a little bit, but basically your actual deposit, if it was 1.0 and your profit was 0.10, so 10%, at compounding 50%, your new actual balance would be 1.050. So that 1.050 the next day, and then, go to like 1 euro or 1.100 with some, because you're accounting for plus the 50. So that's where you start making some real money. You can see how this duplicates really fast. So yep, yeah, 1.1025. So I'm just starting to understand, because I was gonna say, yeah, it'd be like 25% of the 50 then. So you're gonna then have these are days. So in 10 days, you've turned your compound to more than 50%. 60%. It's 60 something percent. So this is why it's important to compound. It'd even probably be smarter for me to turn it to 80. But because I'm not that safe in laser right now, I want to play a lot safer in these.
And that's why I've moved to these realms. They are safer. Are they completely safe? No. But to me, this is very stable. It's made very well, and I think they want to keep it around. I don't know why somebody would build all this up to destroy it. I wouldn't understand that. They created a new platform that's original and very clean and works very well. And people are going to just try to copy this now. So what you want to look out for is the copycats. The first one works well. You're getting in at an early stage. This has not been around long. Serve time 28 November 2017. I don't even know what the start date is, but it's brand new. It's only been up for, I think, a couple weeks. So if I asked correctly, I think so. So here's your different ones. You have your options of scalping, technical, and that's not 50%. This is 50% in 21 days. This is 2% in 24 hours, 159% in 7 days. You look at this. It's a big number jump difference in this. You want to play it safe. You're not risking much though. Like this thing is saying so stable that even if it dropped to zero, then I would lose out on the money that day, and I could say, well, I'm just gonna pull it out of this swing trading, or I'm gonna pull it out even. You can pretty much pull out this money whenever. So go over to wallet right here, go to withdraw, you can hit release deposit. I'll pop that money out. This is one other category I wanted to show you. This balance right here, if we go back to dashboard, this amount right here, when it was right here, it then showed this amount, 160,700, right here, balance, and it literally let you hit the button, and it popped in there, and you just hit reinvest, and bam, it went through. Litecoin. Okay, so I do have some Litecoin balance. The thing is there is a minimum. You have to have 0.001, I think, of Litecoin. That's not enough. But I could hit reinvest and it reinvested it, or 0.03. So you got to have a good amount of Litecoin. Now, I could potentially have that by morning if I start mining Litecoin on CoinPot. And that's why I'm showing these together. I think that these systems work really well in with each other, and they're not even meant to. This is a whole other realm where people with nothing save on here with no money but a computer. Yes, you're going to pay for your electrical costs of running your computer to mine it, but it is enough to say that, like, oh, my electric bill went up, a couple dollars, but then that couple dollars allowed me to almost invest money into the market with no fees. So, your money cost is really your electric bill, and you're not going to notice your electric bill. So people could say, hey, that's not economically smart. You're going to spend more in electrical than you are. Yeah, but at the rate that Litecoin's flying up, I want every penny of Litecoin that I can get right now while it is the price that it's at. Because as it goes up, the harder it is to get Litecoin in here. And one day people are going to say, you were getting 1,000 Litecoin every, if we go back to Litecoin right here on this thing, if Litecoin hits a few $100s at some point, which it probably will, this would be a significant number. Right now, I only get like 20 Bitcoin, like 10 cent, 10 or 8 Satoshis sometimes in that amount of time. I'm getting 1,000 in a matter of 5, or 23 minutes on here. And I can, if I go in here every day and pull out of this, that percentage point, I can get up to 100%. I can double down on this. I can make 100% on what I put in. I could be making thousands off of that. So, I haven't proven that to be possible on here, but that's what they're saying is possible. And the site really can't take anything. There's no risk involved in this because it's no riskier than any other website online. So, I'm at a daily loyalty bonus of 4%. This number is going to get faster and faster. And if we get some referrals in here, then I'll even get more. So I'm going to leave some referral links in there for all of these platforms. I'd appreciate if you use them. I'm going to put them up for Hexabot, Chain.Group, and and all of what this is called is fauceting. Now this is, and there's a bunch of other stuff in here too. You can make earn coin by doing other stuff around here on these different platforms. All of them have something a little bit different. So that's what I wanted to show you on that. You're familiar now. You should be pretty familiar now with Hexabot. If you want to put money in here from CoinPot. Oh, by the way, the whole reason why I'm showing CoinPot and the faucets are the faucets instantly go to CoinPot. If I didn't explain that before, if I hit reload on here right now, that Litecoin that just said 0 is now going to have 1070 Litecoin. They literally pop over. So that's why I love this platform. It works great. It'd be great if you made more money at it. I would even put money in on this if it invested it for me. So we'll see what they add to this. I think that there is a lot to this, and you can run this on multiple machines at a time. So if you have like 3 computers in your house, you can set them up where you literally just have one little screen popped up on your have this running, have nothing else on it, and minimized down in the bottom here, and it could just be running through the day while you're at work. Now, and to me right now, you're banking on, hey, I don't care what the cost of getting it is. Um, I want it now while it's cheap. So, it would be smart for me to hold Dogecoin right now, maybe, or Dashcoin, or whatever. That's it.